Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, while although being very similar to previous Kingdom Hearts games in their final mix versions, it's on paper seeming to be a lot more ambitious than any of them. We won't know for sure until their official release in less than a month, though there's a lot already that I've seen from ReMIND that makes it noticeably stand out from other final mix in the series. Most notably in terms of story, which final mixes have never focused on in the past. I made a video months ago about how I noticed this in the ReMIND trailers, how they were focusing a lot on story, and how ReMIND might actually be our sneak peek into the next saga. It almost seemed like to me that Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND would be our pseudo start into the Foreteller saga, or whatever they were going to call it. Now, not fully, but a lot of the story in this DLC is seemingly taking place after the ending of the game, after Xehanort has already been defeated, one part focusing on Sora rescuing Kairi, and another part seemingly focusing on Riku tracking Sora down after he disappears. We also have a secret episode that we may or may not have seen yet, which I'm hoping has something to do with the ending of the recent ReMIND trailer with the Yazora cutscene. The reason this makes ReMIND so interesting is because no other final mix has ever focused on story this much. Now, some people see this as a criticism of ReMIND, because of course with any DLC conversation, no matter what game you're talking about, Kingdom Hearts, a fighting game, it really doesn't matter. You always have those people who are like, oh, this should have been the base game, yada yada yada, and so on and so forth. Me personally, I don't really mind it too much. I can understand some people's perspective on it, but I don't mind it that much. At the end of the day, I'm a fan of Kingdom Hearts, and I see this to be worth it, so I'm going to buy it. But in previous Kingdom Hearts final mixes, in Kingdom Hearts 1, you had some cutscenes with Riku and Hollow Bastion in the Realm of Darkness, and you also had Deep Dive, which was the expanded secret ending. In Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix, you had a decent bit more extra cutscenes, which were pretty cool, like the cutscene with Xemnas looking at Aqua's armor, and some additional organization cutscenes along with the Birth by Sleep secret ending. In Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, they didn't add too many extra scenes from what I'm seeing right here in the main story, but they added one big thing in a secret episode with Aqua, which served as a teaser or a bridge for Kingdom Hearts 0.2, where you basically were on a journey with Aqua through the Realm of Darkness, and it was pretty cool and very unique. And that's probably like the closest thing in comparison to the story stuff in Kingdom Hearts 3 that a Kingdom Hearts final mix has done previously. But even the Aqua stuff, to be honest, I feel like you could probably go without that and play 0.2 anyways. You don't have to experience that Realm of Darkness episode with Aqua. You could watch Blank Points, see that little cutscene of her in Castle of Dreams maybe, and then kind of just be on your way. But it was definitely still a really cool experience, but it wasn't necessarily jam-packed with lore or anything. It was just something very different. These games' final mixes didn't add too much story to these games, but they did focus on a lot of gameplay aspects and general bug fixes. Since these games weren't receiving live patches, the only real updates these games got after a release were in the final mixes. And most of the story these final mixes did add were more so expositional dialogue for other games, future games rather. Like when Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix released, we had no idea what anything related to Birth by Sleep like meant. We just saw cool Keyblade wielders and cool armor, and we were like, yo, let's do this. Though all of these final mixes did a lot for their games. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 final mixes are almost completely different experiences from their original, so I'm not undermining the final mixes previously at all. Like Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix honestly is super legendary, and while I feel like base Kingdom Hearts 2 was already a amazing game, I feel like Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix really just solidified like Kingdom Hearts 2's legacy. I'd say the same thing for Kingdom Hearts 1, to be honest. Though what I mean by how their base games were very different from their final mix versions in terms of combat, at least the tons of patches and combat fixes they did. Like Kingdom Hearts 2's base game didn't have a dodge roll, and Kingdom Hearts 1 didn't have a lot of the combo modifiers like sliding dash and useful abilities like Leaf Bracer, on top of many other things. So the gameplay experiences alone from these final mixes made these old games feel completely new to play. Though if you're more of a story fanatic rather than like a combat fanatic in the Kingdom Hearts series, then these probably didn't do as much for you. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is modernizing the final mix formula Aqua in the form of essentially a expansion, I'd say. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is getting the usual boss battles, the usual new abilities, and the new additional cutscenes in the main story, though it's also adding a ton more in things like Black Code and Fast Pass mode, which are two modes that allow you to completely customize the difficulty experience to cater to your specific needs, so you can challenge yourself as much as you want or have the easiest experience possible. ReMIND is also giving episode limit cut, additional scenario ReMIND, a whole new secret episode, which is all new story content. Additionally, ReMIND is going to be letting us play with so many different characters and select fights. It's going to be insane. Like, people have been asking to play with characters like Roxas again and Kairi for ages, and we even get to play as Riku and Aqua again. And it's finally happening in ReMIND. It's going to be insane. ReMIND also has done some even like smaller stuff as well. I know a lot of people, they care about the story content and the bosses, then probably the Keyblades, but there are a lot of people as well who care a lot about the photo mode and stuff, and they're even doing stuff with that. I also didn't mention the explorable Scala Kylum, and that essentially is like a whole different world being added to the game. They really seem to be taking ReMIND so seriously, and Nomura is seeming to put a lot of story effort into this game. I'm sure he's going to be trying to, I guess, sell the next saga like with ReMIND. I'm just so excited for ReMIND, man, and it's really like standing out compared to like these other final mixes to me. They're doing so much, and it feels like a lot of production is going into this. I mean, shoot, in previous final mixes, some of the final mix scenes didn't even have like voice acting in them, but this one literally feels like an entire expansion like of the game, more so than previous final mixes felt like they were expansions of their games. And I'm super excited. I'm so excited, and I've said it so much in so many videos, but I'm probably never gonna stop saying it until ReMIND actually comes out. But if you enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.